like a horror movie.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome back. As you see, this is going to be a tour of the Celebrity Silhouette. Still don't know what that sound was. I can only imagine it was something upstairs, just the sound. I was just like, wow, you never know what you're going to hear. Celebrity Silhouette was actually came out in around 2011, and she was refurbished in 2020. Overall, of course, any ship is going to show her age, but overall, she is very well kept. She is very clean, and we enjoyed our time on her for sure. Celebrity has a reputation of having maybe a different rapport or a different vibe. I would definitely say it was a little more calm, at least when we were on, and definitely more quiet. I have mentioned in a previous video that I wasn't sure that she was at full capacity. So, each trip, each time is never going to be the same. So, I can only give you what we experienced here on the ship. I do my tours very early in the morning, so keep that in mind when you're seeing this. She has plenty of places to sit. I will definitely say that. And when I say sit, I mean actually sit back, relax, and enjoy yourself. There are rocking chairs, there are loungers, there are couches, there are areas within the ship, just little corners that you can find to sit back and relax. Even the library, they have the most beautiful library to just kind of sit and watch people if that's what you enjoy. They have games and books. You'll see that coming up. But overall, the ship is just a beautiful ship. So let's walk through and enjoy her. So this is one of the areas I was speaking of that you can sit kind of in the shade, relax and people watch and just enjoy your day. It's located here near on the other side of the Porch Restaurant, which is one of the specialty restaurants here. More to come on that in an upcoming video. Here on the Celebrity Silhouette, they do have a spa area, so you can go get your hair done, your nails, whatever you want there. As far as maybe like a thermal spa area, they have a steam room and a Roma room, and then they have your chairs, the Parisian room there where they're warmed chairs that you can lay on. But that is about it if you were used to an actual, what I would consider full thermal spa on maybe a different ship. So this is the Parisian garden that has the warmed chairs. It's actually locked. I didn't bother trying to go in, but this has the steam room and the aroma room that are behind those doors. This I found unique and just thought I'd share. It's just the bathrooms here on the ship. This was the library that I was speaking of. It's actually on our floor, so we could walk down, go through the doors here, sit, and really just kind of kick back. It was always quiet. Watching the people go up and down the elevator just kind of gives you something to look at if that's something that you enjoy. But we actually spent a little bit of time here, and it's something that you might like, so sharing it with you. When it comes to specialty restaurants, they actually have a few for you, the Tuscan Grill being one of them. It was a beautiful setting, a beautiful setup. We enjoyed walking through and actually just kind of standing at the back and enjoying the view aft of the ship. Right next door, you have La Petite Chef, which is where they do a nice show for you as far as on your plate. So if that's something you want to look into, it's actually right next door. My sister and I did go to a specialty restaurant, and in the video coming up in regards to the food, we'll go into detail then. So be sure you're subscribed so you don't miss anything. How are y'all? Good, good. Just because you're on vacation does not mean their work stops. I always try to stay high. And yes, they're always working to upkeep the ship. And this is blue. So if you were staying in the aqua class, this would be your specific restaurant. Again, beautiful views, beautifully done. The colors were so rich and vibrant, but calming at the same time. I thought that the chandelier was pretty magnificent. You'll have to let me know what you think. Then you have the restaurant for the retreat. You also have your own restaurant here to enjoy. The main dining room, something that my sister and I enjoyed for breakfast many, many times. We did go to the main dining room for dinner once. The staff was absolutely amazing. Definitely hands-on, making sure that you get everything that you need. And as far as fun on the ship, they did have some fun. I would say it was probably maybe a little less low-key than what you're used to on Royal Caribbean or some of the other ships, but she still had her fun. Since I'll have another video specifically for the food, we'll do a quick walkthrough of the grill here, the buffet, because I know you don't want to take your time walking all the way through it, but I will say again, she was never really busy. Everything's kind of laid out in a way of being able to get to it fairly easy. I will do a separate video on the food for the Celebrity Silhouette for those of you looking for that. I will go into much more detail in that video coming up. But this gives you an idea of the layout and what you would be looking forward to. For those wanting to know what he said, he basically told me good morning and asked if I was going to be going out today and told me to enjoy my day. It is a beautiful day. Now, not everyone on the ship was that nice or went out of their way like he did, but I will definitely say that everyone we ran into seemed to have a smile and seemed to want to make sure that you did too. Getting my juice, already have my coffee, and then I'm going to a spot that my sister and I enjoyed for our morning little snack and coffee. Just a little indoor entertainment on a sea day, keeping you busy with things to do. This was an area which was the Sky Lounge at the very top and where the Sky Bar is, where we enjoyed sitting quite often. We were also in concierge class, so we got a little something each day.
With compliments, we have a salami crostini, we have a molu e chocolate, a marinated fontina cheese, a bocconcini with tomato pesto. So let's see here. So, okay then. Well, afternoon snack. Today is a sea day, so they're doing the coolest day ever, which I think is so cute. They have all the commanders are done up with these colors, which you see. I mean, they did a good job today of kind of keeping people occupied. Let's see what we got outside. Oh, there's another message. So, came back and there is another message. So, not sure what they need. Well, here's my thoughts on the cruise. I'm just kidding. You can give me your thoughts.
I actually have
they're
no
just
thoughts. If everybody knows me, they'll agree.
I liked that they actually had somewhat of a promenade on this ship, call me old fashioned, and there were lounges on certain areas on deck 5 of the ship that you could sit back and enjoy the breeze and the ocean. So if that's something that interests you, if that's something that you say, hey, that's my vibe, that's my style, they do definitely have that on this ship, and it was something we enjoyed. They do have a lot of shops on the ship. Some that I would say probably I wouldn't go into, but maybe you will. Louis Vuitton and some of the other that would fit into that category. They were used bags, but they didn't look used bags. They were actually newer. Were on the ship, and I was like, that's different. And of course, they have your watches and even being able to buy just simple things like your makeup and stuff like that. They have shops like that too. So it was a little bit different. My sister actually did take advantage of that. So it was good they had it, I guess. If finding a nice drink at a nice bar is something that you look forward to, there are definitely many to choose from. So keep that in mind if that's something you're looking for. There were different areas, some that were outside, they were a little bit louder. Some that were inside that were more piano style, quiet style. This one that is kind of in the middle, but very quiet. There were definitely plenty of places, like I said, to sit back and enjoy. Here is your internet cafe, if you will. So if you are not buying the internet package and you need to come take care of a few things, here right before your photo gallery is where you would do that. I said my sister took advantage of the shopping, and she did. She needed something, they had it. It was very nice that it was actually on this ship. How are you?
Well, thanks to yourself.
good.
I will say, in having some issues in elevators in the past, that I found that these worked very well. Again, the ship wasn't as full, so maybe it made a difference, but they were lit up blue like this, not active. When it's your time, you notice it turns red. That is the elevator that you were to go to. So that actually kind of helps when you have a whole bunch of people making noise and standing there to direct you where you need to go. Again, getting around the ship was very easy. We didn't get lost too many times. I did have an ouchie. I just had a moment where, I don't know, maybe I just relaxed a little too much and my sister got the best of me. She enjoyed it more than me.
Oh, Tracy. Too much good stuff going on.
She was determined that I would not leave this in the video. I did. Like she said, there was too much good stuff happening. She was so glad I caught it on camera. See, Tracy, I left it in. Plenty of places to sit. Some in the shade, as you saw. They are throughout the ship that way. Like I said, being able to just have a place to sit and relax and, watch the waves and not necessarily sit in the sun is a good thing, in my opinion. So hopefully you enjoy that. I don't know about you. I like bingo on some occasions, but dance bingo, that was a bit much. I don't know if you can see her. She is dancing and she's having to dance because she called bingo and she didn't have a bingo. If that's for you, there you go. As far as the ship and being centered or located, everything pretty good. I think this one was. We just walked off the main area here, and this is the buffet that we're walking into. So it actually is really centrally located. This was one of the entertainments at night, just something you could go to, playing games. Everyone had a very good time. And then you have the entertainment at night, the shows that they performed. There were a lot of dancing and singing and things to enjoy. Now this guy from Jamaica, very good. For all of you other cruise lines out there, find out who he is. He drew a crowd. I do hope that you have enjoyed this somewhat detailed, but hopefully the information that you're looking for, tour of the Celebrity Silhouette. There is still more to come. We have the food, a little bit more of the entertainment, and then Bimini and Key West, which are the two ports that we visited, will be coming up as well. If you're subscribed, you know I love you and I appreciate you. If you're not, I'd ask that you just would. You don't want to miss anything. Thanks so much, and until the next adventure, we'll see you next time.